let's have a look at how you can add your client contact details when they sign up in a form created on Sealer to Google Sheets automatically. To have this done, you need your client funnels, which are created in Sealer. You need to have a Google Sheets in your Google Drive, and you need to have an account with Pabbly Connect. All three of these things will allow you to have an automatic process. So let's see how it works. First of all, here's a client product funnel. When the client registers, their details will then, once we've pulled this through Pabbly, will come over here, automatically populate on the Excel spreadsheet. So we're going to, first of all, need to either create an account with Pabbly, or we need to have created an account and log in. So first thing I'm going to do is create a workflow, and I'm going to call this workflow Product Funnel in Sealer to Google Drive Excel spreadsheet. So every time a client comes on and registers, I want it to give me a new row in Google Sheets. So first of all, you've got your triggers, and then you've got your action. A trigger is the thing that happens first. Now, on this, you must make sure that you're not on the back end, but you're on the live site of your client product funnel, and then you're going to have the action here in your Google Sheets. So the trigger, in order to do this, you need to choose the app of Simvoly. So Simvoly, we need to click over there, and then we need to say new contact activity. So this is going to be captured as a webhook, and I am going to follow these steps in my Sealer platform. Let me just copy this first. This is the webhook URL, and I copy this, and now I go into the back end of my Sealer platform where I've created my product funnels, and I go into the funnel setting, and I select applications, and then I'm clicking add application, and I'm going to go down here to a webhook. Now I'm going to paste this over here, and I am going to click new contact activity, and I'm going to save this. So now this is my first trigger. When the client comes into my product funnel built on Sealer, it means their details will be captured and added to a row on my Google spreadsheets. So let's go down here. Yes, the first response is fine. I'm waiting for the webhook response. So the client is going to enter their details here, their name, their email, their password, and their company name, and they're going to register, and now they can go into the back end of the funnel. This is great. This is what the client will see. Now let's see the information that we're pulling. So in order to do this, I need to know that I'm having this information pulled: the name, like we said, the email address, the date in which the client did it, and the company name. And now I need to create the action. And the action is every single time a client signs on for the first time or registers, it's going to go onto a row on my Google Sheets. So I need to select my action as Google Sheets, and I need to say I want to add a new row. Now I've got to actually connect my Google Drive to this Pabbly account in order for me to then have this row added. So I'm going to click connect here, and if it's not connected already, I have to add a new connection. So I'm saying add a new connection, and I'm going to sign in to this new Google account. Okay, and I'm saying next. Okay, I'm allowing Pabbly to have access to my Google Drive. Yes, I want this because obviously I'm wanting them to pull the information and add it as an action here. It says successfully linked. Okay, so now I'm writing my action here. So I see that I've linked it to the product funnel version 1. This is the correct spreadsheet. Let me just show you over here what it looks like. If I pull this down, I see it product funnel version 1, and the sheet is called product 1 versus 1. If I had to make another sheet, I'd name it over there, but I want it on this first sheet where I've written the name, email, the company, and the date. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to map this. So under the name, I'm going to select that it's going to be my Simvoly new contact activity, and I'm selecting name. Okay, then I must click outside of the box, go under email, go under the new Simvoly activity, select email, click outside. Company, go down, select the company name, click outside, and then the date. This is now in a standard date format, which we can see is this. Now this is just a whole lot of numbers, so I'm actually going to have another little quick action that converts that to a proper date. So let's just save this. and make sure this information is captured. Okay, and that's what it's going to look like when it comes through. You can see I've got the name, the email, the company, and the date. Let's just make this not bold over here so we can see the difference between the title and the row. And I am now going to change that date format. So what I'm going to do in Pabbly is I'm actually going to add an extra action step before this last one. So after the client has a trigger of registering onto the site, then before it gets onto the Google Sheets, I want to add the action in between, which is basically formatting that date and time. So I'm going to select the application called Date Time Formatter, which is actually a free app within Pabbly, and I'm selecting the format date only, and here I'm going to go from what it looks like here under the created on date. So that's the format it's currently in. I click outside, and now I want to have the date and format that I want it in. So I like it where it says here, this one, day, month, year with the time. So I'm going to save and I'm going to send a request. Okay, now I can see, because I look at the values here, this is the correct format that I want. That's the correct result. So let's just save that. And now I'm going to click on my actions within my Google Sheets, and I'm going to go over here where it has the date, and I'm going to make sure that that is actually changed. So I'm going to click in here, and instead of it being that one at the top, I'm going to say I'm going to have the date time formatter by Pabbly, and I'm going to have that second result. And that's the one that I want. Well, let's just save it. Okay, it saved successfully. Now I'm going onto my live site of my product funnel, and I'm going to show you that when the client registers, that information will pull through correctly now. So the client comes on, they register with their name, email, and company. They get to the back end of the funnel, and here I can see how the information has pulled through correctly with the correct date format. It's so simple, it's set up for you, it's amazing.